Good morning, Kaplan from Drip Coffee House. Welcome to this episode of Kaplan Eats. Let's go in and explore this quaint little coffee shop located right here in downtown Kaplan. The first thing you're going to notice is the clean, open, comfortable layout of the entire dining area. Whether you're just catching up with old friends or want to spend an afternoon reading or studying, Drip Coffee provides you with reliable internet service to make your visit fun and enjoyable. When you're ready to step up to the counter for your preferred blend of Java, you're certainly going to be tempted by these delicious pastries, cookies, scones, and muffins. Simply delicious. Recently, I heard all of the raves about the fluffy caramel macchiato, and I wanted to give it a try. This is how they made it for me. And yes, it was as delicious as it looks. Before it got too late, and before he had to head off to his electrician job, I wanted to sit down and talk with Jeremy Green, the owner of Drip House, and find out how all of this got started. So, Jeremy, I appreciate you meeting with me this morning.
No problem, brother.
Good morning. It was early morning. So, Drip Coffee House. This is a beautiful setup. First of all,
appreciate it. Thank you.
I want to commend you on this. This used to be the Kaplan Herald building, newspaper building,
Yes.
and you took it and completely remodeled it.
Yeah, we did.
You have some pictures of that?
We do.
Remodel?
We have pictures all through. I'm going to get all of them to you. We've got
I want to
pictures.
add some of those to this
Facebook's full
video.
of it. My wife has a whole collection of everything all the way through.
Yeah, because it's an amazing job. Now, this is a concept that you could have taken anywhere in Acadiana, anywhere really in the United States. This is a beautiful concept. You could have taken this concept anywhere and been successful. Yet you chose Kaplan for your first store anyway.
Right.
I don't know what your future plans are, but you chose Kaplan to do this. And give me some background on what you...
Yeah, well, we chose Kaplan because I wanted to provide something for the town. I drive through town all the time, and we're always thinking how, what does the city need? What can we do to help improve, help bring business, help just the community in general? My wife and I are believers, and we love the Lord. And one of the things that when the idea came to us to do this was we wanted to create a place that was peaceful, a place for people to come in that was kind of a breath of fresh air. Where they wanted to come to a Bible study, they could. Where you wanted to just come and visit, you could sit down and have a good cup of coffee and visit with old friends or whatever. So that was kind of the original idea, and then it turned into this. But we wanted it to be bright and airy and have a fresh feel. And we went through COVID. So when COVID happened, one of the things that happened is everyone stopped traveling as much. We stopped going to Lafayette to go eat. We stopped going to Lafayette to get a cup of coffee because we would do that sometimes. We'd go shopping, get a cup of coffee at Starbucks or wherever. And when that happened, I realized that we were coming out of all of it, and people still wanted those things, but no one really wanted to go anymore because we got used to traveling less.
That's right.
And I knew eventually we would get back to that because that's just the way we are as creatures, as humans. But I wanted to make something that when you walked in, you went, wow, you get it right here in town.
Well, you were successful at that because I remember the first time that I walked in here and I'm like, wow, this used to be the newspaper office, because I spent a lot of time in the newspaper office talking to the girls and whatnot that ran it. And when I walked in, I'm like, wow, you nailed it here. You really have.
It was, I've wanted to open a coffee shop for years. I was a musician, and when I'd travel on tour.
You're still a musician.
Still am. I'm a worship pastor. But when I would travel, every city we come into, the first place we went to was we had been up all night driving for 8-10 hours, and we go rolling into whatever local coffee shop there was. So I experienced all these different coffee shops all over the country, and was every time I'd sit down in a different one, I'd look around and I was like, man, it'd be cool to own one day, because I love coffee. And then so when I started talking to my wife about it, I was like, one day I'd like to. And she was like, I don't know. She's stressed out about it. She doesn't like when I start talking about new things, spending money. She doesn't like that.
Right.
But I met Tommy Falk, pastor friend of mine, who's actually our roaster with Rudy Cafe. He does all of our roasting. He came and spoke at our church, and we became friends. Next thing I know, I'm at his house tasting all the coffee. Then the more we talked, the more I told him, man, I'd really like to do this. The more he encouraged me. And one day I was here in town talking with a local shop here on Main Street about rent and just how they were doing. And I went back and I sat down and talked with my wife, and I said, babe, we're gonna open a shop. She was like, what? I said, we're gonna open a shop. I said, we're gonna pray about it, and we're gonna find a place, and we're gonna open one. So I would drive down Main Street and around town praying and asking the Lord, what's the building? Where do we need to be? Because I knew I needed a drive-through. I knew I wanted it on Main Street. I wouldn't do it if it wasn't on Main Street, because I wanted to bring a business to Main Street. So I would drive around and I'd pray, and I'd call City Hall and I'd ask, hey, is this building, who owns this? Who owns this? Who owns that? And every time I passed this building, I was like, man, that would be a cool, it's the right size. It wasn't massive. It had the feel from the outside that I liked. I hadn't even been inside. I didn't know what the inside was like. And then she was like, well, someone owns it, and they're using it for an office space. And I was like, there's no one here. No one's doing anything. Well, once I found out who it was, there was Chip Perrin, who owns Coastal Plains. I called Chip because I know him, and I was like, hey, I don't know what y'all are doing with the building, but we're looking to do this. And he was like, man, I was just talking to my partner about leasing the space, renting it out, because we're not using it. And I said, well, don't tell anybody.
Let's make it.
Call me back. Let's make a deal. So all that, and that began the whole process. So,
now, in addition to coffee, you also have lunch that you serve.
We have some small lunch items. We wanted to. We don't have a huge kitchen, so we're not fully cooking a whole bunch of stuff.
Sure.
So we wanted to create a few items that we could do that were simple, were clean, easy to prepare, not too heavy, things that pair with coffee, because not everything goes with a cup of coffee.
All right.
So we've got some sandwiches, and we're going to start expanding slightly some different items. We're bringing in some breakfast sandwiches here soon.
And of course, you have the scones and the muffins for breakfast.
Baked goods.
And I imagine those sell all day long.
They do. They pretty much do.
And my wife she loves the chicken salad on croissant.
Oh yes.
Yeah, that's her favorite. She comes at least once a week. And
my wife had the idea, we could do a chicken salad sandwich on our croissants. So I was like, all right, well, let me taste one. And I bit into it, and I was like,
that's good.
I said, this is really good.
Yeah, it really is. Well, as mayor, I want to thank you for bringing this to Kaplan. This is a great show. It's just one of those things that kind of goes to show you, if you build it, they will come kind of concept.
Yes.
Because I know you stay busy pretty much all day. You close at what time?
We close at 4 o'clock.
4?
So we're open Monday through Friday. We're open from 6 to 4. We try to catch people before they go to work, and catch kids coming out of school, and anyone at the end of their day needs to pick me up.
And on weekends?
Weekends, Saturdays are 7 to 2, and Sundays 7 to 12.
Okay.
So
well, you got plenty of time to come and get some fresh coffee. And
Coffee's good all day.
The iced coffee is popular too.
Iced coffee is the number one thing we sell by far.
Really?
By far.
I would guess so down here in South Louisiana that the iced coffee, that's my favorite. I like the caramel macchiato, sugar-free.
The sugar-free.
The sugar-free.
Yes.
I like it because it's sweet. It's just as sweet as the other.
It's just as sweet.
And delicious. So, and you want to talk any at all about your little appreciation?
We do have a loyalty program, a card.
Yeah.
Yes. So when you come in, if you don't have one, we stamp them every time you make a purchase, and after 10,
you get
10 stamps, you get a free drink.
That's a great deal.
Try to. Coffee's not cheap.
No.
You know, it's when I was putting the prices together, I was shocked at what we were going to have to charge. Just once you start figuring everything out, you're like, wow, everything these days costs. So, in a way to give back to the people who are loyal to us, we bless them with a free cup after 10.
Yeah, and that I thought that was a great idea because it blesses the customer, plus it keeps them coming back.
Yes.
Hopefully. That's the thing.
Hopefully the coffee's good enough they want to come back.
And listen, your staff has always been so nice. I don't care who's working. They're always so nice.
We are absolutely blessed to have the best girls that you can imagine working for us. So
I know you got a lot to do today, or
I got to go work. Not only do I own this, but I also own Green's Electrical, so I got to go pull some wire and sweat a little bit.
How's your dad and mom doing?
Dad and mom are great.
Good.
They're great. Happy, retired. Living their best life.
Well, that's
good. Every day's
That's
Saturday.
good. He worked hard. He worked hard all his life to get
every day's Saturday. So
that's good.
Before I wrap things up at the Drip, I wanted to try one of the craziest menu items I've ever heard of anyway, and that's a boudin croissant. It's made with boudin from the best stop on a warm, fresh croissant roll and topped with pepper jack cheese. I'm going to sit down now and let this combination of flavors wake up my taste buds. I'll let you know what I think.
It's a boudin croissant. It's got pepper jack cheese and some pepper jelly on it. They say it's good. I've never tried it, so you get to see exactly my expression as I taste it. But it does smell good. I would not think that a boudin sandwich would be as good as what this is. You can taste the pepper jelly. You can certainly taste the boudin. It's delicious boudin. And of course the cheese, the pepper jack cheese on it. This is going to be my breakfast and my lunch today. So I'm going to sit here and enjoy it. That is so good. I don't know anywhere else you can get this. So come to the Drip, get you a boudin croissant. You can have it either with the pepper jelly, without the pepper jelly. You can make it however you want. They also have a delicious chicken salad sandwich and a delicious chicken salad. They've got a few lunch items. Come by in the afternoon, get you a cold macchiato. These are delicious. This is sugar-free, but you wouldn't know it by tasting it. It is absolutely delicious.